What's up, guys? Part 2, working this big Flint River blade. I think what I want to do next is bevel this whole side and shoot some flakes off the bottom face. So I'm going to take this lead-filled copper bopper and just kind of go down the line here, lowering my platform a little bit. And then, because the edge is so sharp, I'm going to take this abrader here and really get to work shearing off a lot of the fragile areas. And so now we have a whole edge here. It's pretty much perfectly primed for good flakes. These are just what we call platforms, particularly the ones that have kind of a jut out area, and usually are associated with a ridge of some sort. But even if you don't have a ridge, you can begin at either side and you can create a ridge. So let's say that I want to start here at the tip. I can take a bopper, and this is all round. If anything, there's ridges going the wrong way. But we can, start thinning out here. And now we got a little ridge here if we want to take it later. Then we got this one. Now the important thing is, although we got a built up platform here, we don't just want to shoot this away, because then our ridges will be different. We don't want them going this way, we want them going this way. So we'll work our way up to it. Sometimes it's important to take those strikes when you get them, because you might not have another opportunity. But in this case we did. And now we got a ridge going here. And again, we don't want to shoot from here because that'll mess us up. So kind of isolate over a little bit. Might even isolate on both sides. We don't do that often, because most of the time it's not needed. Now we got a really nice platform and it's got somewhere to go. All right, piled through even that little rough area. So now we got another ridge here. And shoot it on across. You see, as we go down, we're cutting into the stone a little bit, but we're also thinning it down and getting things where we need them to be. Now, before I take this flake, I want to take one off this other side, because although that's a good angle to shoot, it's got a big hill and I don't want it to have to mess up along the hill. Yeah, that should be a lot easier to traverse. Now that we thin that out a little bit more. Perfect. I'm gonna leave that platform there. I bet you we'll use it sometime. Go ahead and abrade it. And this one's too. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save these because now it's getting up along a big hump over here. So we're gonna go back. Remember, we're working down this edge. So we get to this one. And I'm hoping I got the right bopper for this. We'll see. Oh yeah, plenty of strength. This one widened out quite a bit. I can get it laying right, we can see what happened. Widened out quite a bit, and that's fine, because we're gonna run up through there. So as long as we get it flat on this side, we'll keep working down, we'll be fine. Work our way up to the next one. Should be right here. And I think isolation on one side is good enough. The only issue I had with this one is it kind of had some kind of grainy stuff to get through. So you can tell it's translucent, it's a flat flake, but ended up doing really well. There's a platform here that I want to take, but again, I want to wait for the other side to do its damage first before I start shooting these. So, I'm gonna save this platform. Save that one for later. All right. So now we ran down pretty much the whole ridge along the bottom side. Now we can flip it over, do the same thing on the other if we want to. But right now I'm just gonna take a second, observe what we got, see if I need to do anything crazy here. Doesn't look like it. But anyways, there's a little bit of demonstration. I think I'm just gonna stop talking about all the stuff I'm doing now and just focus in. That's one struggle is, when you get lost in explanation, sometimes your faculties, your hands and your, they don't move as naturally because you got your mind on different things. That was a good flake. Again, I like the ones that flatten out the base because then they give you extra ridges to run. So it's always helpful. This may not run all the way over, but it did. Again, raise it really high. You raise it high, next to it's low. That's kind of what you want. And we're actually on the same side that we just struck those other flakes on. That's because this side's cleaner and nicer than this side. And because we could afford it. Just remember, we left some of these platforms here for us a little bit later. We're using a little sooner rather than later. Yep. Yep. Now, this platform's a little low. It may hinge out in the middle. But it traversed a big old limestone cortex pocket, so I guess I'll take that. Again, I'm not a big fan of working material that has a lot of inclusions and nastiness in it, unless it's Alabama coastal, then I don't mind, because I always love my Bama coastal. But this is Georgia coastal, it's all different. Nonetheless, cruising right along. Now we're striking into where we were earlier. That was a terrible platform. I knew it was when I saw it, but man. Well, partially my fault. I knew the platform looked weird, but also, what can you do when you got a big old cortex pocket in there? Cortex pocket in there. Yeah, I knew this wasn't like the craziest rock in the world, but it wasn't bad. And I think what I want to do is maybe work down this piece and show you kind of what we can do with it still. Now, I don't post a lot of breaks because I feel like y'all don't want to see them. And I don't really break often. I'm not just saying that, it just doesn't happen very often for me. But what to do whenever it does break? Well, now you get to know. Now you get to see. Let's see, where's looking for something in particular here. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Whenever I'm afforded an opportunity to thin it out from the base and you really don't lose anything width or length, I'm gonna do it. If there's a good angle for it, of course. There may not be in every case. That's not a good angle. All right, but then I can take those areas and get my shooter, the one I like to shoot them with. Shoot across. It caught on that cortex area. Not terrible. Okay. See if this can't do something here. Caught up to it, didn't quite catch it. Get around our little cortex piece here. So here. Yep. There. Go over there. And kind of like what we did with the big piece, we're just working down the edge, and that's it. Flattening that whole side so that now we can come on the other one. I don't know why I'm desperately trying to keep the width here. I think it's cool. And why not? I used to do those challenges like thin as you can go. This kind of reminds me of that. Let me start from the tip here. serious now. Come from this side here. Okay. Not the blade we're expecting, huh? But a blade nonetheless. Got 10 quick. Again, this is just some raw, probably B grade coastal. It's definitely not C grade. Georgia coastal, I should say. Gotta clarify that. Alabama Coastal is a whole nother domain. Altogether different. Yeah, I mean, once I fool around with the base, this thing will be fairly thin. I even do quick little round here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could thin this down way more. But for sake of our video, big old wide thin blade. I don't know. They say like from your finger to that, 1, 2, a little over 3 probably. I don't have a measuring tape close by, I don't think. Huh. But I guarantee if I cleaned up the edge, that joker would be thin. Dude. And we can go thinner. I mean, look at some of these ridges. I mean, they're just prime time for thinning. Yeah, just thin right on in there. So, anyways, not the blade you were expecting, but still gonna be pretty cool. Now the only thick part on this blade is the tip because I haven't done any pressure work on it, and the base because, well, it literally is the thickest, like the very base, because even where I'm pinching is thinner than the base. But once I pressure flake into there, this joker will be thin. And even across the middle, what, 1, 2 1/3 probably. So, you know what? I'll take it. And of course we have this one and, you know, this other Mammer Jammer piece. But you know what? That's gonna be a cool blade. And I bet you one of y'all are gonna want it. I mean, this thing's huge, but it's not like a big blade. So, you know, I don't enjoy posting my breaks. Like I said, just kind of is what it is. But save that for later. By the way, I'm looking down here. This is probably the candiest piece that came off of that Flint River. And then, man, where's some of that purple? This is the same stuff. Which one would you like to work? Well, Marshall, which one would you like to work? Well, he smelled the purple one, so he, well, I don't know. Maybe he's biased too. But anyways, it's both coastal plains, different formations. That's all it is. I love working this stuff, but this stuff is a real nice treat too. But again, you can tell the difference between, although it's from the same rock, I think. Super clean and a little bit drier over here. And of course, it gets even better than this in some cases, but a little bit drier, you know, a little more inclusions there. You know, getting over little humps, you know, cortex area. Yeah, I mean, you can tell the difference, right? But, you know, when breaks happen, you'll make the most of it. You can always, well, I'll put it this way. You won't get the piece back that you lost, but everything is a learning experience, and you move on. There'll be better material in the future. I mean, every year there'll be something you get. It's like, okay, you know what? This will be good compensation. For me, it was the petrified wood points, the palm wood that I did probably, oh goodness, half a year ago now. Those were like redemption points. You know what? Those made any break that I ever had worth it. So that's just how life goes. But still, really nice point. I don't even know. That's got to be 6 inches at least, a little over 6 maybe, or 6 on the dot probably. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hope it wasn't boring. But yeah, a lot more thinning can be done. And again, if I clean up the edge, this thing be thin, thin, thin. But see some of these ridges? That's prime time for running some extra flakes in there to thin it out even further. So especially right there, look at that. Oh, look at that. That perfect ridge under it too. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. Yep, it's right there in the middle. Easy peasy, catch it on the other side. So, you know, we could get it thin, but we'll leave it there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it as always. Still got some extra projects I'm working on. So stay in the loop, and we'll catch you on the next one. No part 3 to this one, probably, unfortunately. I may show the finished point of this one when I'm done in a video to come. But yeah, probably just gonna set it aside for now. Man, there's so many good strikes I could hit on this thing. Okay. All right, guys. All right, take care.